Hello, chess friends. We're going to be covering the Bughouse World Championship qualifier arenas for the Challenger section. So arena is going to start about 30 seconds. So there's 8 qualifier arenas for the Challenger section, which is under 2,000. Top 4 teams from each arena will progress to the group stage. This is arena number 5. There's already been 4 arenas. So we're about halfway done. In about 10 seconds, we're going to start observing teams here. And we'll get another group of 4 teams that's qualified. This is going to be a 90-minute arena. And we have some games. I'll start off with top team. Next Great Fire and Kitty Cat 35. Playing at Zordy and VM Leader. Zordy has competed in all the arenas, and Zordy doesn't seem to understand how this tournament works. So he has never had a consistent partner. Generally, he changes partners game by game throughout the tournament. So Zordy can't qualify if he continues to do that. But next Great Fire and Kitty Cat as the top-rated team in this particular arena, good chances to qualify. Here we see a few trades. This knight fork is covered, so it's fine. In the pawn. Kitty Cat could just go rook over. Maybe he wants a rook to start an attack. He could go queen up. Tickle him a little bit. A lot of options. Not really sure why Kitty Cat is stalling. Alright, that's a free pawn. Okay, rook would be quite good. He's not going to wait for it. Zordy is attacking. So there are some interesting threats here. If Zordy were to get a knight, then queen takes knight, followed by knight check could be good. Queen takes knight if pawn takes, knight fork works. Queen takes knight if queen takes, knight fork still works. And you don't even take the queen in that case, you just go for checkmate. So a knight, very good for Zordy. He could also, I don't like bishop at g2 because the queen can just sack, but bishop at f3 was very good. Okay, so now a knight mates. So this is a decent move too, because now he can just move a knight. Okay, so a knight mates, new knight or new rook mates for Zordy. He's hitting the rook. Nice continuation. You just take the rook. So right now this knight is loose. Zordy up time. Knight now wins queen. Rook is mate. Probably knight check, win the queen. I don't like this move by Kitty Cat because he had mate with knight check, pawn takes, knight here, mate. Rook still mates for Zordy. Oh, and that's mate for leader and wins a rook at the same time. So Zordy just needs to live for a few moves. And he's uptime, he can stall. Alright, next game in the arena. Let's peek at the stand-ins real quick to see who's playing. Bunch of teams in the mix. There's not very many high-rated teams this particular arena. So the Challenger section is under 2,000. And generally, there's at least a team or two that are rated really close to the maximum. Like the 1900s or 2000 or something like that. But there's no one like that in this particular arena. So it's really wide open to anyone's game. Oh, knight check, very good move. Taking the queen. So new knight in is good here. He's found it. Knight takes knight. And queen, one of these places will be checkmate. So queen either place, then the king moves, and then it's just mate in two. Okay. Ripple is an international master, but he's still in the challenger section here because being titled at chess does not mean you're necessarily great at bughouse. Ripple has picked up a piece for a pawn. Neat Great Fire has good structure though. Nice development. He could grab the rook file. He can put some pressure on as well. He could play rook over to guard this pawn more. Don't like this. This just loses a pawn. That's another pawn for Ripple. Now he's up a full piece. But Ripple has very bad development. The pawn here can win a piece back. Pawn at f5. This move not quite as good. Knight at c3 is an option to tempo the queen. You could just take the knight. A few options here. There has been a lot of trading. So whoever attacks first on the left board is probably going to win. On the right board, they need to keep moving. So I don't know why we don't just take this bishop. Maybe he's waiting for the pawn. He does have a pawn now. So pawn at h2 would be good. Or he's waiting for a knight to win the rook. The knight can capture now. Since he hasn't moved yet, even with the pawn, I assume he's going to wait for the knight. And Neat Great Fire, like if the knight moves away, you can consider rook takes bishop, pawn takes, pawn check. And if king takes, knight check, could possibly win a queen. Okay, there's two knights in take. I would take the free one. His partner clearly waiting for a knight. That's a terrible move. I mean, I guess it's not that bad because the bishop does cover it, but should definitely have taken the free knight since partner was in the tank forever waiting for a knight. Hey, Big Splat. Big Splat, though, that's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, I think in theory they get to decide which teammate they want to play with, but I'm not certain on that. That's a terrible move. You can just take that. I'm not sure why we're not taking this free knight, which has been available for a long, long time. Now Kitty Cat is waiting for a pawn. It's not forthcoming. Oh, he's just going to take the bishop. Okay. Well, pawn at h2 would be a great move. I like bishop at h5. Okay, this pin is good too. But bishop at h5 would have guarded the pawn and also get another piece in play. Kitty Cat has picked up a pawn. Ripple on the attack. I like this rook move. It's very good defensively. Get more pieces on the board. Oh, that's a greedy move. Taking a rook for his partner, but that puts the queen on a scary diagonal. I hate this bishop move. Okay, that forces the queen trade. Queen check here could be good, or rook check. Something on f2. Okay, then knight at f1 is going to be crushing. Knight at f1 leads to mate. I guess they're just going for flag. And flag on the board. Alright, let's watch a different team. So we've watched this team a bunch. Hungry Oval and Chess God look like they currently lead in the tournament with a 3-game streak. Oh, I guess just clicked on them. They finished their game. And they got off streak, so they just lost the game. Um, okay. Well, let's watch this team here. Gonna unfollow Hungry Oval. Okay, so Vlad and Anne are currently in fourth place in the tournament right now. Yeah, big splat. Don't get me started. Yeah, could possibly happen in a few of these arenas that someone wins who's already qualified. Um, Not my decision. Okay, that's a free pawn. Oh, I would not have taken the queen. I think defense is more important. Okay, well now diagonals will be very good for Vlad. Like a bishop is pretty crushing. Oh, that's terrible. Huh. Yeah. So now Dill gets to defend. Oh, I would have liked bishop at h4 a little bit better. Um, Maybe no. Bishop can just take that. I don't know. Okay, taking the rook, that seems very reasonable. A new pawn for g7 would be good. Oh, this is pretty close to mate for Carl. He can't take the queen or he's mated. Maybe Carl doesn't have anything here. This king is actually relatively safe. I think we have to take this twice. You can't take that. You have to play king up. As if he takes a knight in and he's mated. I think Anne is gonna win this for sure, but this is at least an interesting position. You have to take this one. Okay, and then get more pieces on the board, like a knight in. Okay, I guess he's vacating the square for this. Yeah, he's just mated. Queen in, then pawn in, his mate. Okay, let's check the stand-ins. Oh, okay, on to the next game. Vlad and Anne playing Mark SEO and Yelk. Anne is a sack sitter. Sacked the knight to get the king out. So, oh, bishop up was much better than the previous move. Bishop check could also be good to win a knight. Okay, pawn check, very good. Take the bishop if it takes. Okay, queen takes knight. And this is going to be a quick win for Anne. I hate this pawn move, by the way. Makes the light squares very weak. I like that Vlad is continuing to move. His partner needs a little bit more for checkmate. Like, basically any piece is going to win here. A knight wins for sure. I guess he could just stall, actually. He could stall because there's no blocker. And with no blockers, just mate immediately. Knight takes bishop, I assume. I mean, Anne is still going to win this. But now that you've given the blocker, might as well go. Knight takes bishop. I have no idea what Vlad is waiting for. Take the bishop, I guess. Interesting move, but Pawn up 2 would have saved him. Okay, Hungry Oval and Chess God, I think, are the top team in this particular arena. Let's check the stand-ins real quick. Oh, okay. Never mind. Vlad is currently top team. So this is number 1 versus number 2. The pawn would be good. All right, we take that for sure. Rook b1 is okay. Figuring you get the rook file when this trade happens. You could play king over. Okay, I like a3 in that it's moving instead of sitting. You definitely don't want to sit here. Oh, this is interesting. I think we take this for sure. Don't really understand that move. So if pawn takes, then you have knight at f4. Really good, hitting the pawn and the queen. Hungry Oval dominating this game. I think he just, well, maybe just, I don't like that. That just loses. Ooh, wow. That's a dominating move. He doesn't even want the queen. Is this even defendable? I don't think it is. Down too much time. Very nice mate by Hungry Oval. Hungry Oval back on top. Oh, Ovediak. We haven't seen him yet. Let's watch Ovediak. Maybe knight check. What I like about knight check is it leaves open the possibility of getting the queen in later. So you could bring the queen in. Okay, knight there immediately. That's fine too. Just start dropping pawns in. This is covered. Interesting, I guess. Oh, wow. Nice sequence. Unfortunately, this e2 square is no longer covered. You could castle. Oh, or you could play queen check to vacate the knight square. But eventually, white's going to need to defend. Oh, if I was J deep, I would have taken this pawn for sure. It was a maiden threat. Oh, queen takes. What? A very weird move. J deep had mate, but he no longer does. Pawn wall from Sammy here. just take that. So Ovediak is just hanging pieces. Another hung piece. I think Ovediak does not understand how to defend. Okay, but his partner made it, so I guess it worked out. Hey, PR. I hate Sammy's opening. He hung a pawn for no reason. A lot of players who do this pawn hang, they say it gets them development, but development looks even. So black is just down a pawn, which means on the left board they're down a pawn as well. Oh, Sammy winning a pawn. It's nice. Ovediak is attacking. He may even take this pawn. Now that he has a rook, he could play rook in. I would just play knight takes pawn, probably. Definitely don't wait. I can't imagine why anyone would wait in this position. Oh, that's a good move. A nice find. Knight check, take queen. Pawn at e5. I hate that move. That wins a knight. I don't know why Sammy pushed this pawn. Now he's mated. Knight check. Maybe not mated. It's pretty bad though. Yeah, you can't take this back. Or pawn no mate. And he even has like the queen check. I don't like that bishop move. I would have gotten the queen in play. But that's okay. Maybe just knight takes bishop, get more pieces off the board. That move accomplishes nothing. If you're going to lose this knight anyway, at least get something for it. Other possibility is knight takes pawn. Then you're attacking the queen. But I would just take this bishop. I wouldn't think twice about it. Now he loses the knight for nothing. That's pretty horrible. Knight here would be fine to do a fork. I don't understand what Andrew Hoy is doing. He's just hanging pieces. So knight wins queen now. And black has gone from completely dead to completely fine. Not sure what we're waiting for. Of course, we're taking this. I'm just baffled by a lot of these moves. But what is the point of waiting? What does that accomplish? Maybe he's waiting for a pawn. Like pawn at b7 could be an attack at least. But I mean, that hangs the queen, which mates his partner. So maybe not mates, but it's pretty bad. Okay, he's going to hang a knight for nothing. Oh, that's mate actually. Knight check. Bishop takes queen in. He got very lucky. I mean, it was just a free knight, but Mobility Bundle did not want the free knight. Don't know why. So both teams played horribly that game. Took over Diak Thinking of Saxon. I don't like this move. It forces the knight to get into a better position. Or would it to go anyway? Yeah, I'd take this and come out here. Free pawn, also a sack threat. Let's just take the free pawn. Don't understand what M. Brown is waiting for. I think he went into the tank for like 30 seconds for this move. This knight is horrible. I guess you can cycle it here. And Brown forming a wall. Push the pawn. Take that. Oh, someone is matching me at chess. That's another block. If you match me at chess, you're an asshole. I would consider pushing the pawn and then pawn in to try to grab this file. So most of the pieces are on the right board. Left board getting a little bit starved. If Ladybug had a knight, I think queen takes pawn would be okay. Knight check, wins a pawn. Maybe bishop in to threaten a sack. Or you could just try to get these rooks active. Oh, okay, coming in on f3, that's reasonable. Ladybug asking for a knight. Pawn in. I hate that move. All of a sudden, Ovediak is very safe. Sammy up a ton of time. And is not going to move. Doesn't want to give this knight. Now some pieces need to come on the board for Ovediak. Oh, I don't understand why Sammy moved. Sammy was up a lot of time. Ladybug keeps asking for pieces when they are down time, which baffles me. How would you get pieces down time? Just take this knight. Seems free. Don't understand this move at all. Don't understand that move. Just hangs a pawn. So Ladybug keeps hanging pawns every move. Okay, this move is reasonable. Now bishop takes knight. So you're hitting the rook, you're threatening mate. Two ways. Hard to defend. I don't understand. Is Ovidia going to wait for a queen? Why would he stall? You're almost flagged. Just make a move. Oh, actually he had mate. rook in the corner check, king takes a rook, bishop check, king over, then knight at, what was that, h3 or h6, whatever it was. So that made it. With the pieces already in hand, didn't need anything else. Ovidiak needs to move his king's bishop or he's going to get sacked on. Vlad and Anne were near the top of the arena leaderboard earlier. Let's see who's leading now. Ovidiak is on top. So this is the first place team versus the third place team. Finally got the king's bishop developed. Could start attacking. Something like bishop check. I would even ignore the queen. I think this mates actually. Pawn check. Ooh. That was a missed opportunity. Yeah, Ovidiak had mate before, but still has an okay position. Let's pawn in. I don't like the pawn there. That's pretty terrible. Bishop check. And pile up on e3. Yeah, like that. Grab the queen. Now it is time to get some development. What's the point of that? Vacate and square for the knight would make sense if he had a knight, but he doesn't. Oh, Anne has mate. Maybe not quite mate, but looks pretty dang good. Like a bishop is great for Anne. So you could... Bishop takes knight, I like. As the queen covers it. Okay. You could sack this. Then push. I would sack the queen in a heartbeat. I mean, assuming a bishop isn't coming. They're down time, so Anne can't wait for bishop. Gotta go. I hate that move. Why not, like, take a bishop in the process if you're gonna lose your queen? I hate that move. Pawn here was much better. At least win a queen. And now Sammy can consolidate and is going to be completely fine. You take with this rook. And needs material. Rook over. I'm just baffled why Vlad isn't moving. Like, Uvidiak doesn't need to move for the rest of the game, and Sammy can win at chess really, really easily. I like what Sammy's doing, just keep moving. Take the rook. Oh. I guess just going for flag. Alright, we'll watch one more game with this team, and then we'll move on, watch a different team. We haven't seen very much from the Peruvians, Cesar and Cesar. But they've played in a number of arenas. Queen trade offered. This move by Sammy is really horrible, by the way. Creates huge light squared weaknesses. So now this pawn is under attack. We have to give up the knight. Not the end of the world, so you can take and take. Bishop takes check. And take the knight. Or you can take the bishop. Both fine. I don't think you want to help this bishop develop. Pushing the pawn could be good. Oh, I like this. That's a great find to win the knight. I like it. Bring him back. Oh, grab that queen. If you're losing the bishop anyway, might as well do it quickly. You could castle to get the rook file. Or you could castle the other way just for safety. Ovediak wants a bishop to grab this pawn, but much better to move than to wait for that perfect piece. Knight here could be good, threaten mate. I'm baffled why Ovediak is waiting. Really odd. Why aren't we taking this queen? You don't like a free queen? I got it. It's a free queen followed by a free rook. Instead he pushed a random pawn. Free queen, free rook. Ovediak should be taking something. Why did people stall like this? I don't get it. Okay, take the queen. So pawn in could be good. Why is Ovediak waiting? Like queen in here is fine. Queen in g7. Wins a piece. Okay, that move does nothing. Maybe castle for safety. Okay, that's good for safety as well. On here, win a knight, I guess. Although knight check and then push. Okay, now Caesar is attacking. This Caesar is dead. Alright, we're gonna find someone else to watch. Well, maybe we'll watch this game because this is another top team up here. But after this game, we'll switch. Hey, learning chess. Yeah, that's the announcement for the Bughouse World Championship. We're on arena number 5 out of 8 in the challenger section. So I would grab this open file. Still grab the open file. This does nothing. Castle. So Vlad wants a pawn. I don't know what for. Maybe. Okay, let's get this knight out of here. Knight should never have been here in the first place, though, so knight was not really a threat. Basically got the knight to move to a better square. I like this move. Probably wins a pawn. Yeah, grab that pawn. Not really a threat. Maybe pawn in. Okay, well that you can take. The rook mates. Rook mates for Sammy. Why isn't his partner going after the rook? Like queen in here. Okay, that goes after the rook. They're up time, that's a win. Sammy can stall. Diagonal clocks matter. Sammy has more time than Vlad. Vlad has to move. There's the rook. That's mate. Alright, we're gonna find someone else to watch. So let's see who is playing. As usual, Jordi is not playing with a partner. So Jordi has no chance to win the tournament, even if he finished first. Okay, who haven't we watched much? Let's watch Andrew Hoy Mobility Bundle. So Andrew Hoy and Mobility Bundle have played, I think, every Bughouse World Championship so far. And usually they play in the open section, even though they're rated like 1800 and 1600. So, I mean, they're probably underrated at 1800 and 1600, but clearly they have no chance in the open section. In this section, they might have a chance. That's a win for Mobility Bundle. So we're about 40 minutes into the tournament, so about halfway through. Hour 30 minutes total. I don't like this bishop move. Like, once you've planted the bishop on c4, why move it twice? Unless your partner like really needs a knight, which he didn't. I like this move a lot. Going for g2 and also e2. This move is interesting. If he can sack on... Oh, I would sack for sure. I would sack, then retreat this bishop. Just it gets the bishop on dark squares, and these dark squares are super weak. That sack is worth it. Interesting move. I think this will work out for him. I like it. If knight takes, we have queen takes, and we're still with the pin threat. Oh, that's mate. Nice mate for a mobility bundle. Now they're playing Next Great Fire and Kitty Cat. Good development for mobility bundle. Oh, this queen has plans. Take this knight move. That's a free pawn. We take those. You could take the queen first. Either way works. Actually, this could be a problem. Andrew Hoy is being attacked. The mobility bundle is wise to wait here. His queen plus knight mates his partner. If his partner can get safe, then these are good trades for his board. I guess he could trade the queens now because he's not given the knight. Queen takes queen, pawn takes, and now you can drop a pawn defending the knight. Then you can stall. New bishop in, and then he's safe forever. I don't like the pawn there. Bishop would guard the king square. Oh, that move is terrible. Andrew Hoy still not defended. I guess it's a little bit defended, because now this squares. But pawn push is good for kitty cat. Or even bishop check. With no blockers, bishop check is pretty nice. Mobility bundle is gonna have to move. I still like queen takes queen, pawn in. Oh, Andrew Hoyd does have a blocker. He has a bishop. My bad. So I guess I like pawn up the most. Pawn check. Well, I guess he has knight takes, so maybe not so good. Another person challenges me to chess. That's another block. You two are an asshole. Never challenged me to chess. One of the things I liked about the free internet chess server, much better on chess.com, was you could have a formula which would specify which matches you allow and which you do not. Oh, great find by Mobility Blunder, bringing that knight back. So now knight mates for him, but you could also just take the rook. I would just take the rook. Anjuhoy is actually almost safe. Maybe not. I guess push pawn, bishop back, push another pawn. Looks fun. Or just another pawn in. They're in flag mode. Oh, that was mate. Oh, a pawn would have made it for kitty cat. Oh, queen takes rook would have made it. But they're just in flag mode. Okay, next Great Fire and Kitty Cat have flagged Ability Bundle and Andrew Hoy. Let's find another team to watch. Well, we'll watch this game. We haven't seen much from the Caesars before. Gotta get that King's Bishop out. I don't like Andrew Hoy's development. Get the King's Bishop out. What are you doing? Finally. This should have happened much, much earlier. I hate that move because this is with check. Bishop here is good. Don't care about the queen. There are mate threats. Another option is just queen out. Okay, now you can save your queen. Pawn at e6, also interesting. Ability Bundle and Andrew Hoy are up by 20 seconds. That's a huge amount. Oh, grab that queen. What? Why are we not taking free queens? No, he's hanging pieces. Okay. I still would take the queen. Why are we not taking this queen? Okay, now knight takes. Rook takes. Now this knight is in trouble. Grab that. What are we waiting for? Let's grab that. I hate this move. It's a free knight. This could be a thing. Mobility bundle should be moving now. There's some attacks coming on d7. The mobility bundle is fairly safe. And on the attack. I guess you could move the bishop. That's a terrible move. Gotta take the bishop. We trade these queens. I guess that mates. He probably doesn't want to trade the queens. Times are now even. So there's a threat of knight in or take rook. Here I would consider the queen sack. What happened? Oh, knight mate happened. Okay. Alright. We gotta find someone else to watch. Okay, let's watch the leaders here. Vidiak. Oh, no blockers. This looks pretty good. But Sammy has more time, so next grade has to move. Next grade is hanging a piece literally every move. He's just going for flag. I don't think there's enough time for that. Yeah, his queen hang did not help his partner. Chess God and Hungry Oval. Oh, oops! I meant to unfollow them. Let's see. What's this deal with leader? Okay, leader is partnered to Zordi, so neither of them can win. Because they are manually partnered and they've had different partners in the tournament. So I don't know why people do this. So these light squares are terrible. And the reason is because he played c3. Never play c3. It's a terrible, terrible move. Instead, if you're like checked, you should just bring your knight out. Helps you develop. Great move. Threatening mate at 1, threatening the queen. Pawn is good. New pawn in. So leader up about 1 second, maybe 2 seconds. You can wait for a pawn. Rook mates, but pawn is more likely. I guess another option is just knight takes. Okay. Then if queen takes, pawn in. I hate that move. But they've resigned anyway. Alright. Well, we'll look at one more game, then we'll follow someone else. Kitty Cat is sack sit-in. This sack from white is terrible. It just hangs a piece for 0 compensation. And not only is he sacking, he is stalling. So he gets down more and more and more time while he waits for that miracle piece. I like knight check here. Knight check, if queen takes, we can take the bishop. Zordi is completely safe. Okay, this is fine. He gets the rook file. That's a little bit scary. Ooh. It's a girl. Alright, bishop check, I guess. Or pawn in. Knight check. Wait for pawn. Okay, bishop check. Yeah, that's reasonable. You could go back here, check. You could knight check. Interesting. Oh, now queen mates. Okay. Whoa, why are we not taking the free rook? There's a mate and one threat back here. He's gonna have to consider defending. He still needs to defend. And he's gonna hang more pieces instead of defending. Okay, take the knight. That's a horrible move. Are we gonna take the knight or the bishop? Okay. So he just spam checks until a magical mate happened. He could have planned out his checks and taken a lot of free pieces for his partner in the process. He could have stayed safe, but he just went for miracle wins. All right, let's watch another team here. I don't think we've seen this team yet, and they're in third place. So Carl Derkalier and Dill 1728, currently in third place, both from Germany. Kitty Cat took a while to move there. On an h5 would be good. I wouldn't put the bishop there. You could play bishop up, maybe. Don't like that move. Pretty terrible. Maybe this. Or you can do this or this. That just hangs a bishop. So many of these players, like, they love hanging pieces. Time is now even. This queen trade's probably going to have to happen eventually. So you could take the knight, Maybe he wants another knight to win the rook. I don't see a knight forthcoming though. So you could take, probably best to just play knight takes knight and take the queen. And Carl here is safe. I think his partner doesn't think he's safe, but he is. Okay, that just hung a knight. I don't know why Dill hung a knight for nothing. Oh, that was not a move. Uh-oh. Kitty cat missed mate. Bishop at e6 was mate there. Pawn check. Queen check could be good. Trade him off. Another pawn check. I like that move. It's pretty nice. Knight in check. What? Okay, so Carl decided to just hang all his pieces for random checks. Terrible strategy. Oh, Leicester and 918 Evo. Haven't seen much from them. Did they just get here? Maybe they joined late. They've played 6 games so far. And the top people in the tournament have played 17 games. So Leicester and 1918 Evo probably entered the tournament like 45 minutes late, something like that. And 1918 Evo not moving. Okay, Ovidiak back in the mix. This is a pretty good structure for Sammy. He just needs to get this bishop active because the bishop is sad right now. I would have moved the knight instead of putting a new knight in. So he is threatening to sack. Pawn. That's pretty good. Vidiak doesn't really have anything in take though. It's not worth sacking a queen. It would be worth sacking a queen for the knight if a pawn could come later. Pawn is still very good. And now they're up time. Now Sammy should wait. So I would consider like bishop in here to try to win a pawn. It's worth sacking for. If the pawn comes with a knight, then stuff gets juicy. Okay, pawn check. We take the rook. Bishop takes bishop. New knight in check. Or bishop in at e7. Okay. Bishop at e7. Great move. You could do knight takes bishop. Oh, oops, I mean knight takes bishop. Knight takes. That's good too. Take this a few times. I like this, getting the rook in play. I'm gonna pin this. Still on the attack. Okay, going after the weak dark squares makes sense. The queen out. Put something on e4. Gotta cut off the rook. Maybe he wants this knight though. I don't think it mates. Bishop check could be good as well. That's terrible. Now that's a win for... Oh, we should have put the queen there. Now Sammy probably lives. But if the queen had been there, then he would not have lived. Diak could potentially take this knight as it will mate for his partner. With knight at f6 or knight at h6. Hard to defend both. Let's take it. Oh, I would have taken it with rook. Now he probably loses. Oh, you had to take that. What is that about? Yeah, it's mate. That was a hard throw by Sammy. Sammy had a total win. All he had to do was take back the right way. Hey, Dex. Yeah, that link shows more information about the Bughouse World Championship. So there's an open section and a challenger section. Challenger section is under 2,000. Open section is over 2,000. They each have a number of arenas that teams can play in to qualify for the next stage. This is the 5th arena in the challenger section, or under 2,000 section, out of 8 arenas. Top 4 teams qualify from each arena. And then they proceed. Yeah, bishop is very good. That's reasonable. Oh, that's a free rook. Top 4 teams qualify from each arena. Then we go to a group stage, groups of 4, where it's single round robin. Everyone plays each other in a match. So not just one game, but a match of, I forget what it is, like first to 10, something like that. And then out of each group of 4, the top 2 go to a knockout tournament, and the bottom 2 are eliminated. Oh, knight is very good for Dill. Knight wins queen. Oh, I hate this move. Very weak light squares now. You could have developed your knight and got in safe in the process. Ooh, this was a bad pre-move. Now he's dead. Maybe not quite dead, but it's pretty bad. Okay, queen and mates. And there's the queen. That is not mate. Queen here was mate. Still looking okay for Dill, but Dill could use some pieces now. These guys are not helping each other. Like, they both want pieces. Okay, there's a pawn. Pawn check. Okay, knight check. Mate in 1. Queen of g2. So Dill does not need to move anymore, and probably shouldn't. Although queen takes pawn is okay. So Dill up time means M Brown will have to move before Dill does. And Dill even has moves anyway, like queen takes pawn check, pretty good. Knight check, decent too. Alright, now they're playing Andrew Hoy Mobility Bundle. Oh, Carl playing the Blitz Bullet, which is a very safe king. Now that his king is safe, he can focus on attacking. That works best if his partner trades a bunch, though. We take that for sure. I would grab the rook file. That's a good move. I like it. That's a free pawn. I'd grab the knight. Ooh, that I don't like. Now this king is suddenly not safe. Not worth it at all. Alright, let's try to get that out of there. Maybe pawn in. We take. Don't worry about that. Carl could consider rook over and king down. I don't know what this accomplishes. Maybe his partner wants a knight. I can't imagine why. I like this move. Nice move. Okay, so I like knight check. If you could get a knight. I think this knight is really good. It's worth a queen. Oh, okay. Knight check. Knight takes rook. Oh, that's terrible. Could have taken that. That's terrible. That was the move, by the way. Grab that knight. Nah. It's not going to work. There's too much stuff on there. The mobility bundle, who was completely mated, is now completely safe. And Andrew Hoy is mate. The Dill did not play precisely. Alright, well, let's watch Ovidiak and Sammy for a bit. These guys are the tournament leaders. So they're on a streak of 4 games. They have 76 20 points, which is almost double Mobility Bundle and Andrew Hoy, which are their closest competitors. The guys in the number 2 slot are disqualified by the tournament because they didn't follow the clear rules. They did not keep the same partner throughout the tournament. Sammy getting safer, tempo in the queen. Let me take this pawn next. And could even come in on f3. Maybe not. Maybe pawn one of these places, tempo the rooks. Or you could drop a knight somewhere. Pawn here, tempo the queen. Okay, he's hoping for another knight. Pawn here is good. Okay, I like this move too. Trapping the queen. Queen has nowhere to go. And except maybe this saves him. Okay, Sammy's staying safe. I like this move. Attack the bishop. I would like to drop some pawns here. Attack these rooks. Pawns on the 7th, very powerful. Can promote pretty quickly. Grab the queen. Even just pawn in is fine. Or pawn here. Or take. Yeah. It's fine. Sammy trying to pile up on these light squares. Like that move. King can't take. Or knight comes in. Knight in. I hate that move. Okay, pawn check. Grab the rook. Let me just queen in. Hate that move. Yep, grab a piece. Seems reasonable. Gotta watch out for some sacks here. I love that move. Attacking and defending. Queen takes. Don't like knight takes. Not as good, but it'll be fine, I guess. That's a free knight. Sure, reasonable queen sack. Not only does it feed his partner, but makes his king less safe. Another play in the Caesars. I don't like this move. It makes, yeah, the light square is much weaker. Bishop would be good for Ovediak. He's asking for a pawn, but a pawn doesn't do anything. Pawn, you just slide over. There's another pawn move I hate. Makes these light squares very weak. Vidiak is waiting for a pawn. And he got lucky. His opponent took the pawn. No reason to do that. Now a bishop is quite good. Is the bishop being attacked? Okay, this is reasonable. What? Ooh, that just hangs a piece. These are making a lot of questionable moves. I mean, just save your rook. I don't understand what's going on here. Knight check, maybe? Now you can get your rook involved. That's a free pawn. Ooh, that's mate. Okay. So Caesar just took a free pawn, hung his king. We have about 10 minutes left in the tournament. 6-game streak from our leaders here, Ovidiak and Sammy. Ovidiak loves to sack for no good compensation. I like what Sammy's doing, picking up free pawns. Already begging for pieces, as always. This is reasonable. Knight takes, you get the queen in. Bishop attacks here. And take the bishop. You see here Zordi doesn't know how to play without pieces. Maybe just bring the king over. King takes. Knight back, I guess. Yeah. Pawn is very good. Ovidiak up time so he can stall. Why do we not take that? Knight check. Actually pretty good here. If this, then this. And if over, we take the queen. The crusher move. No blocker. Knight check is mate. Okay, nice win by Zordi. Okay, we got the German team here. And we have blitz bullet set up. Safe king. Opening works well for white as long as you understand the point of it. The point is maximum safety. So as long as you continue to keep that maximum safety, it's good. That's a free pawn for Carl. I'd get this rook somewhere useful. Maybe here. I don't know. Okay, pawn in is good. Pawn at f6. Maybe that's what he was waiting for. And you can take that and come back and put the queen. I have no idea what Carl's waiting for. It's a mystery. I mean, he could also just bring his rook to a better position. Or you could bring this knight somewhere. Maybe this. Or you could bring your king somewhere. I mean, white basically has a ton of moves, and it baffles me why anyone would sit here. So earlier, queen check, take pawn was good. doesn't accomplish anything. Why would you sack a piece for no reason? I guess he wants... Oh, bishop in. Okay. At least we win the queen. I would take the bishop. Oh, this is terrible. Now he loses a knight for nothing. I guess pawn in. But Sammy's completely safe now. Bill is dead. Knight check. Knight check just wins. If over. Okay. Now you have knight takes... Or actually, knight takes bishop. Knight takes bishop is good. See, now he needs another knight. Okay. That's reasonable. Knight can take back. Pawn check. Ooh, that's going to be scary. Knight check. The king moves the queen in as mate. So he might have to sack. Yeah, this is real bad. He's going to run? Yes, he's going to run. There was mate, by the way, with bishop check to cut him off first. Before the queen came in. Nice mate. Nice mate from Dill. Very impressive. 3 minutes left in the tournament. Is there anything we should be watching? Team 1, Team 2, Team 3, Team 4. Okay, the top 4 teams are pretty well set. Next team is far, far away. There's 2 teams tied with 48 arena points. And the next team behind them has 32 arena points, so no way to catch up. The bigger question is whether some of these teams have already qualified. And I think Ovidiak has already qualified in a past arena. So I think this team doesn't need to qualify here. So we'll probably go to the 5th place team. And there may be other teams in that boat too. Now, who can't qualify is Zordi. Because every single arena, all 5 so far, he has played without a partner. And so it doesn't matter if he finishes 1st place. He cannot qualify for the next stage. I'm baffled why he's playing, really. Oh, I like this bishop move. Get the bishop into play. Knight here is good. I like knight at g6. I still like knight at g6. Because if king takes, then he can get in. If king doesn't take, you're threatening. Take the rook. Knight at g6 is the move. This move, okay, but knight at g6 much better. Can you sack your queen? You might be able to sack your queen and threaten mate. Yeah, queen sack would have worked. Well, maybe it would have mated his partner. Jordy's telling his partner to sit. Because he wants to... He has this pin and he wants to promote the pawn. Jordy's partner is listening. Sammy says, I'm sitting it out. How long till the arena's over? A minute 4 till the arena's over. Yeah, this game's going to abort. As if the game is still going on at the end of the arena, then it aborts. They're just going to sit it out. And it doesn't really matter. They're not depriving Zordi of any arena points, because these guys aren't even in the arena. They're not really partnered to each other. So Ovidiak and Sammy are saying GG's, thanks for partnering. Sammy says no strong competition. Sammy says he's just made a few blunders. So we'll look at the leaderboard after the after the end of the tournament here. And then I'm gonna do a raid. Okay, game aborted. The tournament has ended. So here we have Ovidiak and Sammy, number 1. Number 2, irrelevant. These guys were not partnered. They were not partnered at the start of the tournament through the whole tournament. They have a different number of games, different number of 20 points. Actually, they're only off by 1. So, that's interesting. No, but their arena points are off by more than 1. So it definitely wasn't just one game they weren't partnered. It was well more than 1. Okay, so Zordi, I don't think these guys qualify because I don't think they were partnered to each other. And Dill and Carl finished 3rd, which is effectively 2nd. They qualify. Nobility Bundle and Andrew Hoy, they qualify. Lad and Anne, they qualify. So I don't think Andrew and Mobility had qualified before. They came 1 short in a previous tournament, I'm pretty sure. Now they're in. Hungry Oval and Chess God were very close to qualifying. So if it turns out another one of these teams had qualified that I'm not aware of, then Hungry Oval would be in. And after that, Caesar, where's Caesar's partner? They played a different number of games. No, wait, 11 out of 26. 11 out of 26. How do they have... Or no, 10 out of 26. Okay. So they've played... Maybe they started off the tournament with a different partner somehow. Anyway, that's the standings. Thank you, everyone who played. Congratulations. This was a much easier lineup than previous tournaments, so it was an opportunity. Let's check the chess category, find someone to raid, and I will stream again in 30 minutes when there will be an open qualifier. Let's see, is anyone playing Bughouse or a chess variant? Doesn't look like it. Oh, Fisher Random is streaming. Let's send a few viewers his way. So Fisher Random is out there promoting Fisher Random Chess, but the annoying thing is it's usually not him playing. He's usually just streaming like one of the higher rated Fisher Random games on Lee Chess. But still good to see some exposure for Fisher Random, otherwise known as 960. So have a good night, everyone. I'll be streaming again in a half an hour for one of the open arenas. Bye, guys.